Arsenal Fan TV America, welcome back. Another episode here from the Pacific Northwest from the USA. Hey, things are going fantastic. You know, we can't complain. Arsenal fans, all the Gunners around the world must be very, very happy. And it's a wonderful time to be an Arsenal fan. Number one, of course, I'm going to start by saying we're unbeaten. Yes, we're the only team across all Europe that's still unbeaten. That's pretty impressive, you know. Everyone else, they failed at least one game, just like Manchester City in front of Wolves. You saw that last game. They lost, finally. Thank you, Wolves. If you remember, earlier this year, and before I go on forward, don't forget, hit that subscribe button right now so you can get all our episodes all the time. And please like and share also. We want to give you more videos, and that's how we reach more people, more fans, not just Arsenal fans, but all fans around the world. But let's just take you back to the beginning of the season. Manchester United played Wolves, and they were unlucky because of that, penalty that they didn't get. Famous penalty, VAR. We're going to talk about VAR too. It's a very exciting episode today. But anyways, Manchester United and Wolves showed me, and I talked about that game, how good Wolves were. They had an unlucky run after that, but in front of Man City, Neto, whatever, that, number 7 player they have, he's amazing. And they were able to beat City. So now we're just going to start by saying Arsenal have 1 point now behind Manchester City. We're tight with Tottenham. We're third because they have better goal differential. So City's number 1, 18 points. We're number 2 with Tottenham, 17 points. And that's the first loss for City. Liverpool also lost to Tottenham. Hey, listen, unfortunate if we all saw the game and read about it. Disallowed goal, beautiful pass from Mo Salah, and a beautiful goal was scored by Liverpool. And again, VAR, which is supposed to be bettering the game, it's actually harming the game on a bigger scale now. That's a goal. After Liverpool goes down to 10 men, they score. And you take that away from them, and it's a good goal. It was not offside, and they come out and apologize. I don't know how many apologies we can take from VAR. But anyways, we're going to talk also about Arsenal playing tomorrow. They're stuck at Luton Airport trying to get to France to play that, Lens game tomorrow, Champions League Tuesday. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about what we did in the Cup last week, or Wednesday specifically, against Brentford. And we also are going to talk about this last game that just happened a couple of days ago on Saturday. I had the opportunity to watch it in California with California Arsenal fans, of course, and get all these opinions. And, it's wonderful to see all the fans around the world and get, to know their opinions and what they think. So we're going to talk about that game too. Of course, we went down and played Bournemouth this last Saturday, like I said. So win after win, and that's, looking great for us. I like to report all these wins and talk about it. So let's go and start by Tuesday, Carabao Cup, which is the English League Cup. It was Capital One before, if you remember, but that's the name for it right now. Manchester City actually went out of that cup too. A lot of people were happy about that. So now, I want to get that title. Why not? Arsenal are playing like they look like the best team that can win that title. But of course, you're going to get a lot of fight from, Chelsea. That could be their only hope. Manchester United are doing horrible. That could be their only hope. Sorry for all these fans out there. But hopefully Arsenal can prevail. We did prevail that game. We played Brentford. Of course, David Raya was not applicable to play because he's on loan still. We didn't buy him. And Brentford is his home club. When you're on loan, you do not play against your own club, the club that loaned you, right? But if we do buy him, of course, we can play him against any club. So let's go through the starting lineup real quick. Ramsdale in goal. Your back four. Ben White, right back. Now playing with Tomiyasu in the middle and playing with Gabriel in the middle. And then Kivor was on the left-hand side. So the back four was a bit... You tell me, why would Ben White be the back, the right back, and Tomiyasu at the center back? But listen, I'll tell you, go back and watch Japan. Tomiyasu did great as a center back. So I like him in that position. And he did really good. And actually, he ended up being man of the match. Yes, Tomiyasu was man of the match for that game. He did really good. Why? Because we were defending more than we were going for. Believe it or not, they almost doubled our shots. I mean, if I go back to the stats of the game, 16 shots total for Brentford, 9 shots for Arsenal. And 10 of those shots were from inside the box, while Arsenal had only 5. So the game was all, Brentford, and we're playing at their ground. It was a bit scary, but we were able to really, like they say, steal a goal, and we were able to win that game. So now Carabao Cup, Arsenal goes to the next round. That's the 4th round. Right? Now let's fast forward. Weekend, real quick. As you all know, we just said that we played Bournemouth, and that was a Premier League game, right? So, of course, we play Cup game, FA or Carabao, and then a Premier League, and then Champions League. It's very exciting, right? So let's talk about our Premier League game here and where we at on the table. Like I mentioned earlier, let me start by the greatest of news. We're now 1 point away from City. They have 18 points. We have 17 points. So that's great by itself to be in that, category now and to be in the top 4 unbeaten and so close to City within touching distance. I mean, if they draw one more game and we win, we would be on top of them. Of course, Tottenham, they, illegally won versus Liverpool, so they're unfortunately sitting with us tight on points. But I know that's not going to last. Mark my words. We'll see. They're playing good football, don't get me wrong. They have a decent manager with the look of things. It's going for them. But I don't think they'll keep up with us. I'll be surprised if even they finish top 4. But maybe, listen, Manchester United is horrible. Chelsea's horrible. So Tottenham has a big chance to stay in the top 4. Anyways, we're just not going to talk about them a whole lot. Of course, we were very sad about that 2-2 draw. We talked about that. That was a game that we should have won. So that's what made Bournemouth a must-win game. And we did. We came, in front of them. We were solid. We started with our usual back 4 in that game. But now we went back to David Raya as a goalkeeper. In the back was Benny White, Zinchenko as right and left back. In the middle was back to our William Saliba and Gabriel partnership. And they both did amazing, of course, as they always do. These two always perform and at least give it 120%. The mistakes happen, but they always give it 100%, 120%. Anyways, let's go to the midfield now, which we saw Kai Havertz come back. And I was happy to see that. Him coming back in the middle, playing with Declan Rice that, apparently the back injury that we were worried about, was okay. And he came back. He looked fine going around. And then with them, of course, Martin Odegaard, your captain. Bukayo Saka and Gabby Jesus and Nketiah through the middle. Same 3 that started last Premier League game versus Tottenham. They started again. So, hey, starting lineups, I would still want to see Emil Smith-Rowe play more often. I want to see him play ahead of Gabby Jesus, ahead of Nketiah. I want to see him ahead of Kai Havertz. I'm just being honest with you. I want to see this young man play because he needs the development right now. He needs the confidence right now. That's just what it is for Emil Smith-Rowe. But it looked okay. That was maybe the best that Mikel Arteta had this particular game. Of course, as we all know, let's fast forward. Bukayo Saka scores the first goal around the 17th minute mark. Bukayo Saka gets that deflection off the post. It started with Martin Odegaard on the right-hand side, attacking side from Arsenal. And he put a really nice ball on the far post to Gabby Jesus that was able to reach it before it went out. And he just touched the post. He actually headed it on goal. It deflects off the post in front of Bukayo Saka that was able to, it was awkward still, but he was able to just nod it back with his head. And we scored a first goal, and it was beautiful to see early in the game Arsenal controlling and scoring. Bournemouth didn't look too good, so we took advantage of that. Fast forward, before the end of the first half, around the 44th minute, we see that we get a penalty, and finally the penalty was given, not by VAR, by the referee. It was obvious. Eddie Nketiah, left side, pushed the ball. The defender took him out. It was pretty obvious that that is a penalty. We see Bukayo Saka, that just scored the last 2 penalties, takes the ball, but he gives it to who? To Martin Odegaard. I like that team spirit for Arsenal. Martin Odegaard puts the ball down. He takes a beautiful penalty. Of course, we're 2-0 up. Now let's go to the second half. And ironically, Arsenal don't get two penalties. Arsenal sometimes don't get, I'm going to be honest here with you. Sometimes we don't get one penalty a game. But this game, the referee decided to give us another penalty. This time it was Martin Odegaard, 53rd minute of second half. Martin Odegaard, gets really, scissored inside the penalty box. And here you go, penalty kick for Arsenal. Now, Odegaard takes the ball. He scored the first penalty. You would think he would take it. No, some would say, no, I'll give it to Bukayo Saka. He did not do this or that. What did he do? He gave it to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz need the confidence. You could see the young man, a little down on himself. Of course, the media is attacking him. Arsenal fans are attacking him everywhere. Again, I wouldn't attack him that early. Give him a bit of time. I know it's, you have to just believe a little bit. And then you can say I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Everyone could be wrong. But we just have to support him a little bit. Martin Odegaard did that, and it was beautiful to see that team spirit from the captain and from Arsenal, giving him that penalty. And he scored. And it was wonderful to see. You could see the Arsenal fans that are positioned right in the center of the Bournemouth field. They were really having fun. They were dancing all over the place and singing his name. So great to see Havertz scoring and hopefully gaining his confidence back. Now, let's move to the 93rd minute. So we can talk about the goals all at once here. We see a Fabio Vieira that came in as a substitute. Mikel Arteta loves to have him in every game. Anyways, he was able to earn a foul that was taken by Martin Odegaard. He hangs it up high for Ben White, unmarked. Ben White takes a beautiful header and he scores. And again, you could see the fans singing Ben White's name all over the stadium. And it was wonderful to see Arsenal just really getting a win when it's needed. 4-0. Fantastic. And again, we talked about us now being 1 point away from City and tied with Tottenham in third place. So Tottenham, of course, second place. We're third place, but we're tied on point. So again, unbeaten. All good news. Tomorrow, we're going to France. They got stuck a little bit at the airport, but they'll make it Monday night. They said they'll be there tonight. There was a storm at the airport for, and it was not safe to fly, so they were grounded and got stuck at the airport. It's okay, no problems. Team bonding. They'll fly tonight. They'll get to France. Mikel Arteta, of course, won't be able to do the press conference, but just to let you know, we're hearing that Thomas Partey is included and might get some minutes. So that's fantastic. That's the best news we can have. Bukayo Saka limped off. If you saw the Bournemouth game, he was not right. And he is, maybe it's a knock or so, but it's been bugging him, I know, for a couple of 3 weeks now. But Mikel Arteta also said that it's very, very likely that he's going to be fit. Maybe he'll start him on the bench. We'll see. It's an important game tomorrow. The first game we won against PSV Eindhoven, that was a home game. Tomorrow we go play them in their own home stadium. So that's our first away game. And hopefully that we start the strongest 11 available. I want to see the back four consistent with Premier League. Hopefully that's your, strongest back four. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully, Gunners, you bring us another win. And that will be, Cup win, Premier League win, Champions League win. Back-to-back wins like that, it's always beautiful to have. We've got the squad. We've got the depth. We've got the strength. We've got the strategy. Let's go on and keep strong. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And we'll see you the next episode, Champions League episode. Bye now.